Welcome back, everyone, to the AFC NFC Championship edition of Sportsfellas.
Yeah, let's get it.
Go,
All right.
It's your national champion, Buckeye Believin', who Captain Chris with a K.
Who they hopeful? Like, what happened?
Yeah, I kind of left that one off. Focus on the Bucks.
All right, and repping for the DMV for the NFC Championship bound, burgundy and gold, and still stay true to Tar Heel Blue, Mr. Brett.
Hey, still representing the Raider Nation. Your boy here, Big Don.
Mm-hmm.
And this is your Mile High sitting on the couch host, Carlos in the house. You guys, we're here. We've made it. Now, who is going to be the team to go into the Super Bowl? Okay, we need to add a little extra.
Mine.
Bo.
All right, you guys. Well, before we dive in, let's just do a quick touch up here real quick. We want to let everybody know that do not forget, we are going to do a drawing. So after this show airs, please, all you have to do is like and subscribe. Of course, we appreciate your love and support. Also, all you have to do is put your name and your team. Your name's in the drawing. You are allowed to do that on the TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube entry. Please, no double entry, because if we know who you are, we're going to single eliminate. We'll find you. All right, let's go ahead and take a quick pause and thank our following sponsors.
With spring here and all the storms on their way, you need to make sure you have the proper home, auto, and all your properties insured. We here at Razor Cut Information just can't get enough of our favorite insurance man, Ernie Ruelas. Please visit Ernie and his State Farm agency at 11330 East Central Avenue, Suite 400, Wichita, Kansas, 316-682-2300. Thank you so much, Ernie.
There is no game of the week because they're both great games. These games are brought to you by the Arsenal for your supplemental needs, clothing, and workout. All right, let's kick it off first with the NFC Conference Championship. We have an NFC East showdown. We have the burgundy and gold, the Washington Commanders, going against the Eagles fly, in their rival, the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, let's just break this down. I'll kick it off with you, Chris. What are you looking forward to in this game?
Well, I think it's going to be a great game. We got a three-peat here, like the third act, I guess, is the right way to say that. And it's gone either way both times. So this is going to be the rubber match, the tiebreaker. Super excited for this. After the way the Commanders played in that Detroit Lions game, you got to kind of almost give them an edge compared to the way the Eagles played, I thought. But those Lions were pretty banged up, and the Eagles aren't quite so banged up in defense. It's going to be a really good game. I don't think the weather's going to – I think it's going to be fairly the same effect across both. They're both, open-air stadiums, so they're both used to playing in cold weather at the end of the year. This is going to be really close. I'm not even sure who I've got. I think I'm going to root for the underdog. I'm going to go ahead and root for Commanders and pick them. But obviously the Eagles have something to say about that. So,
yeah, in this game here, both teams are playing great and they're playing real hot right now. And if I was to have to give an edge, even though I'm going to have to give a slight edge to Philly only because they run game. Because watching how Washington played against Detroit, they handled them pretty well. And like you said, Chris, their Detroit's defense was pretty much depleted. And Jared Goff, after that hit he took after that interception he threw, I don't think he was quite the same. So maybe he was shook.
He got jacked on that, man.
Yeah, so maybe the way he got rocked and they took him out and put him under the tent, maybe that's what the mistakes kept happening. I'm not sure, but not to take nothing away from Washington. They played great. They rose to the occasion, took the challenge, and, knocked off the number one team in the NFC. So, and plus with Saquon Barkley and, both of Philly's receivers, and, of course, Washington, is starting to have some emerging receivers come up. I may have to give the slight edge to Philly on this one with it being in Philly.
Of course, I'm going to roll with my Commanders. We waited 33 years for this. Long time, man. I feel that there's no stopping us now. But
like that song.
Yeah. But the thing that concerned me about Washington's defense is the way that not being able to stop the run. and the questionable secondary. That's the thing that I was keeping on the mental notes. I was keeping eyes on, and of course, Detroit's defense was there. Well, how much more could it have taken? Because it seemed like every other guy was getting injured, getting beat down, and that defense was just in shambles.
By the end, for sure.
But the thing I noticed about Philly, Jalen Hurts, he hasn't averaged no more than way less than 200 yards in the past few games. He hasn't. Yeah. But Saquon Barkley's pretty much been the spark for that offense. So if we can contain him,
it's a tough order.
And if we can get pressure on Jalen Hurts like we did the last game to beat the Eagles, I'm sure that we can go over the top with this. We can go to the championship game.
Those are some great words, Brett. I mean, so let's look at it, the tales of two sides. So we have on one side with the Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Hurts is still hurt. Jalen Hurts is still hurt.
Yeah, probably playing hurt.
And when you said Saquon, of course, Saquon is the hidden gem because inconsistently, A.J. Brown has not been really a factor. Devontae Smith, on and off. Right. And so, therefore, they have to utilize Saquon to kind of get things going. And defensively as well, they're not a menace. They're not a menace as people see them out to be. They just happen to be in the best position where they need to be. They beat a Rams team that offensively they were doing just great, costly mistakes that got to them at the end.
Right.
So now we're going against a team that they're familiar with. On the flip side with the Commanders, you got Jaden Daniels. What a great addition.
Yes.
And to see him being a rookie going in and possibly be the first rookie to go into the Super Bowl to lead the team, that's just phenomenally great.
And the guy's got ice water in his veins too, man. It feels like it doesn't affect him at all.
And so now we need everybody to rally behind, because they went into Detroit in a hostile environment and was able to take care of business. But we have a lot of experience. So the game that we watched when we were there last week watching the game, we have Bobby Wagner. Right. He's got Super Bowl experience. Zach Ertz, Super Bowl experience. Yep. Dan Quinn has got Super Bowl experience. Mm-hmm. So now you have a receiver in Terry McLaurin that has made some key plays as well. Everyone's going to have to get involved. The running game situation, everybody has to get involved. And now this is the end. And the winner of this team is going to represent the NFC East. Mm-hmm. So on my end, I will ride with the Cinderella team. I'm going to take the Washington Commanders.
All right.
Moving on over to the AFC Championship. We have Bills Mafia, the Buffalo Bills, will face off against the 7th appearance in the AFC Championship, the Kansas City Chiefs. All right. Well, Don, I'm going to kick it off with you.
Uh-oh.
How you see this game kicking off?
It's a good thing Driz isn't here.
I feel right now the way the Kansas City still be seeming to squeak wins by. This is where the buck stops here, because Buffalo, the performance they put against Baltimore, Josh Allen just took command of that game and they're running by committee looked real well against Baltimore. So I think right now Buffalo's going to go in the Arrowhead and go ahead and take care of business. Yes, they beat them the last time, and I believe Bills will beat them again this time, because Kansas City can't play like they did against Houston, even though they didn't make some mistakes, but they didn't really move the ball. They didn't. Patrick Mahomes' pass game was really non-existent except for one person. So Buffalo, they can defend the tight ends pretty good. So they're going to have to bring the A game to beat Buffalo, but I think Buffalo's A game is just a little bit better. And defensively, they're going to take care of business, and Buffalo's got it.
Okay. A couple of things I noticed during that Texans and Chiefs game. You notice how Texans were able to convert third downs left and right. I mean, it was like they were able to march up the field. It's just key plays and mistakes that cost them the game, and then not to mention there were a couple of phantom calls. Let's keep it real, Chiefs fans. Let's keep it real.
They were bad calls,
that
guys.
should not have been called.
I was trying not to say nothing, but he did it for me.
But I'm not. We ain't promoting hate up in here. But and that's going to be the factor. Bills moving the football and then getting on top of the opportunities that Texans had failed to do when they was playing. And then on the other side, they're playing at Arrowhead. Last time they played, they were in Orchard Park.
Mm-hmm.
Going into Arrowhead, it's a very hostile environment, very loud. The world's loudest football stadium. So they know what's up. They know what the deal is, and they're gonna, if they could be like work on a silent count, some hand signals, they're probably gonna have to do so because it's going to be loud in there. But I would give the slight edge to the Bills. But if they win, it won't be by much, but slight edge to them.
I only bet against the Chiefs if it's against the spread because they don't lose. Let's just be honest. I'm going to pick them for you, Driz. I got the Chiefs. They're going to go all the way. I've picked them since the beginning of the year. If you go back and listen, to win the Super Bowl. Not because I wanted to, it's just the way it is. And look, it's not the best Chiefs team. Like, you could easily say, like, there's been better, more talented Chiefs teams in their past Super Bowl times. This team hasn't scored over 30 points in a game at all this year. Yet they're still 14-2, and one of those losses was nothing but a giveaway. So they weren't even trying on that one. They win. That's what they do. And you know what? When it comes down to it, doesn't matter how it looks. It matters that you're on top at the end. I think they're going to do it again this year. Sorry, Bills fans. I wish I could. You can cry on the same pillow my Bengals fans are using, because I think it's going to be the Chiefs in the Super Bowl again this year. Sad to say it, but look, I mean, also, how does Kelsey still get left open? I mean, Texans, you got the most prolific playoff receiver in recent times, and he's wide open in the end zone. If the Bills are playing that kind of defense, zone defense, Kelsey and Mahomes will eat them alive. I just don't see if it's close there at the end. Mahomes has that way of getting the right call at the right time and moving the ball down the field. Hey, look at the stats, man. The last 3 years of stats, 11 games. The Chiefs have never been on the lower end of penalties called in those playoff games. 11 times in the last 3 years. So, not saying there's a conspiracy. Hey, maybe it's because they are a better team. Better teams don't foul as much. That's why you're a better team.
You got it, dude.
But it's kind of hard to say that after you see that most of those are, not necessarily questionable, but they're the referee's, point of view. It's not, like pass interference or roughing the passer. These are not arguable calls. It's their judgment calls by the referee all of a sudden that start really piling up against other teams. It used to happen to Tom Brady's teams. Then he retired in 2020, and all of a sudden from 2021 on, it's been these Mahomes teams. Got to have that golden child to sit on top of the case. I don't know, but I'm gonna roll with them if it's my vote counting.
Well, third time's a charm, right? And Josh Allen, I've rooted for you. You've done me dirty too many times. And what's astounding is that you find a way to keep the team in. You played against a Detroit team, took them to the limit there. You went against a Rams team, still close. You're not afraid of going into Arrowhead. You've got this chip on your shoulder, Josh Allen. You've got a team around you that believes in you. McDermott has made adjustments this year where you can see they're a little bit more aggressive on the defense. And what they did with Baltimore opened me up to give them that last opportunity. So, Josh Allen, if you're hearing the show and the Buffalo Bills fan group to get together, I'm going for you guys. But this is it, man. I can't do it no more. If you do this, if you do me dirty one more time, I'm done with you, man. I'm done. The reason why I'm going to go for Buffalo in this game, I feel that this time around, during the draft, Coach McDermott has been able to get pieces to mimic. You know how? Let's go back memory lane. Do you remember during the 2000s when the Denver Broncos, when they drafted, they were getting all these players like Champ Bailey, John Lynch. They were getting all these players because why? They wanted to find a way to stop Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. They were trying to find ways, and it paid off. In 2005, they beat the Patriots in the playoffs, but they fell short in the AFC Championship. But no matter what it is, it's always about trying to get the pieces to challenge whoever's the great player. And right now, it's the Kansas City Chiefs. This is the deal. They're going to have a hard time with Josh Allen. If Josh Allen can just be Josh Allen, get the throws in, limit being a hero, focus on relying on everybody else, and get out of that 2020 season when the 13 seconds when they lost that. Yeah. That was such a heartbreaker. Josh Allen, this is it. You got a stable running back in Cook. Great running back. They got to just run the ball. Keep Mahomes off the field. Capitalize on these mistakes. Mahomes, I get it. Their record speaks for themselves why they're such a great team. But if you can go back and look what they have done, they beat a good Denver Bronco defense. They literally just tore them apart. And then they got Baltimore. They were able to contain the Ravens. They had a great running back in Derrick Henry. He could have gone all day, but they just found ways to capitalize on that. And now the pivotal point is right here. And I'm going to say we're going to have a Super Bowl preview, and it's going to be going back since 1990. I see the Commanders going against the Bills in the Super Bowl. So this is Josh Allen, man. I can see the writing on the wall. If I am wrong, I'm going to put it out there right now. This is the most gutsy of gutsy calls. If the Chiefs do win, I will rep Chiefs for a year. I'm calling it out. I am calling it out. Tristan, Dylan, my friends, my Chief fans, Val, Brian, Marty.
That's just gross.
Chiefs Nation.
Oh, this is too much. Wheel of Fortune. Give me a break. I couldn't be more excited, I must say.
Everybody listening up, I'll be that guy. I will be that guy. I'll be that scapegoat.
But if the Bills win, they gotta say the Bills are better.
Just one time. Just
once.
One time.
Time.
One time.
Or two in a row at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. This is it, Josh Allen. Prove us wrong. Tell us that finally you got it. That this is it. You're tired of hearing Joe Burrow getting all the praises because they're the only team that beat the Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead during the championship. So, all right, let's go ahead and take a quick pause and thank our following sponsors.
Hey guys, why don't you check out She Barber Cuts Barbershop and give Markeisha Brown, the licensed professional barber there, a call at 316-218-3566 for all your haircut needs. She's got cuts for kids, adults, and for those looking for the good one, the deluxe with beard trims, wash, and hot towels. So don't forget to give Markeisha a call at She Barber Cuts and see her at 2319 North Ridge, Barber Suite 6A here in Wichita, Kansas.
So let's talk about our bruh.
I don't know.
What was your bruh moment during this divisional round?
The Houston Texans just making too many mistakes. And, with the Chiefs, yes, they are the defending champs and got a great defense. But if you take out the mistakes and protect C.J. Stroud, they still had the opportunity to win that game. And, I ain't trying to sound like a conspiracist, but you take two of those roughing the passer calls that I still believe didn't happen because it showed right there. His helmet wasn't hit, but other people defended, whatever. If you take those out, they still had opportunity to win the game. It's just that they made too many mistakes not protecting C.J. Stroud and not really capitalizing when, they're converting on third downs, getting down the field, and not getting touchdowns instead of field goals. So, to me right there, but of course champions do what they do. You find ways to win. But if you just take, half those mistakes that Houston had out, they could have won that game.
And my bro, I don't know moment, I forget his name that plays for the Baltimore Ravens. who pretty much dropped that the game went with the tying 2-point conversion. Mark Andrews. Boy, oh boy, it just sucks to be that guy. and I'm pretty sure people are looking at him like, really. and I felt, probably the Ravens could have won that. I mean, but then again, I did pick the Bills to win, but it was just, dude, yeah, it was kind of like the same mistake he made against that Pittsburgh game when they played for the was it the AFC Championship when they was playing for then or not? No, it wasn't. It was a regular season game. But okay, but enough of that. That's for we'll talk about that some other time. But bro, you got to catch the football. You can't. I mean, this is for. It was for everything here. You can't have bad hands going into this game, my man.
My bro moment's going to be split up with the Detroit Lions. You guys did a great job. I mean, I wouldn't be super disappointed. It just was so lamenting that you had so much injuries that plagued you guys. I mean, Jared Goff, I know he's getting it again. Like, that's why you got let go of Los Angeles because, you can't finish up the clutch here. Here's the thing. The Lions are still going to be a formidable team. They just got to find ways to stay healthy. And being able to, and now that you guys lost both of your coordinators, now that they're head coaches, Dan Campbell's going to have to step up and find a way to get this team to believe again, like, hey, we're still cream of the crop in the NFC North. But now they savored already a NFC Championship appearance. They've already been division winners. So now that's the standard. So that is my bra moment. All right, you guys, we're going to go ahead and shut the lights off. Just relax a little bit. We're finally going to tune into the NFC and AFC Championship. So, Brett, what's on your mind?
What's on my mind is, boy, oh boy, all you Philly fans. There's a lot of Philly fans just yapping, squawk, talking that mess. Now, give and take. There are a few Philly fans. They humble, they quiet. I'm cool with a couple of them, but there's a couple of them I have to give the look to. Like, yeah, you can't see it now, but we'll more on that later. But I'm telling y'all, ain't no stopping us. It's been 2 years removed from the plague that was Dan Snyder, that plagued our organization, that imbrued, if you will, besmirched. Well, it was once a proud organization. It's cool that we got our pride back. We got our heart back. And this time, we take it all back. Let's go, Commanders.
Hey man, how them Giants feeling right now? Watching Saquon do what he's doing in the playoffs. It once again, you got to go back to him making that decision to let him go and then let Daniel Jones go. What that organization doing, I don't know. But I know Philly is glad right now because looking at Saquon, what he's doing, he's got them in the NFC Championship game. And right now, you got two good teams competing to get to the Super Bowl. And I just want to see a good game. Everybody just lay it out on the line, and I just want to see great football. On the AFC side, just want to see a good game. Everything go right. I don't want to see a lot of BS happening, but right now, I would like to see a Bills Commanders Super Bowl. It'd be kind of a rematch from back in the 80s. The early 90s. But we're getting close to the end. To where we're about to go into that football drought. So that's why I want to see these games be very great, well-played games. And once it's it and we crown a champion, man, that's it.
You know what I'm saying? My boy Josh Allen, he proposed to his fiancée. She got a ring. She got a ring. Then you get up, you look at yourself, and you got no rings. You're sitting here seeing Mahomes just stack up. Who do you think he is, Thanos? And you got nothing. But my boy, Josh, now it's your turn.
Take it, brother. Take it.
Go talk to Von Miller, 2-time Super Bowl champion. He can tell you what it's like to put on a Super Bowl ring. Maybe he'd be an MVP because he's MVP. This is it. You just got to go into Arrowhead, and you've got to get these 4 quarters. Make it count. This is it, Josh Allen.
Do your thing, brother.
Your stock market's going to go up. You're going to make Buffalo believers again because the Buffalo Sabres ain't doing nothing. There's nothing going on there. They're counting on you. So, may the best winner win. All right, lights up, everybody.
And the last word of Don. My last word is, I hate to keep bringing this up, but I want to see a very good officiating football in the AFC Championship game. I want 2 teams to be able to lay it out all on the line and play good game, good football, and make the best team win. Like I said, I not put hate out there. It's just that we need well officiated games. And if there's penalties, let there be penalties. But let penalties be the right penalties. So we don't have people. So that way there ain't no this discussion. This should have happened. That should have happened. I want the team that's going to win be the best dominating team. And everything flows like the game should. A good football game. That's my last word.
And my last word is this. Washington fans, whether we win or lose Sunday, emphasis on win. Just remember, this has been one heck of a ride, man. Who knew that a kid by the name of Jaden Daniels was going to light it up and set this team on fire just as he's been doing all season. Think about where we were last year versus this year. This year they said we wasn't going to win 7 games. Look at that. We won 12. They said we wasn't going to win. We would be one and done in the playoffs. Look at us. We in the NFC Championship. If we could do this with a 1-year turnaround, imagine what we can do here in the next few seasons. So win or lose, I'm happy. I'm already proud, but with make it even sweeter, the cherry on top. We get to that Super Bowl and we win it all.
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, let's give a little bit more credit besides Jaden Daniels. Let's go back to just the organization from the top, getting rid of that old owner, Dan Snyder.
Oh, thank Lord.
Reinnovate the culture there in Washington. Getting Dan Quinn to get over there for them to buy into what he was bringing to the table, getting some picks, getting players like Austin Eckler to go over there. Also, Bobby Wagner, and I know some other key.
Olabode Zacchaeus.
Yes, just players like veterans to kind of step up and look. Even though you guys didn't get the division, you guys still took care of business, and it's fans like you, Brett, that makes us believers to say, hey, it can be done. And like I said, I don't run across a lot of Commander fans. So the Commander fan that we knew here, he's in a special place right now. I know he's proud. You know what I'm saying? And so, it would have been great for him to be here to see this. But like I said, his memory goes on, and we all know that this is it for you guys. This is going to be a great game. And on the flip side, there's no hate here. Like I said, it's all love here. We just
I agree. I agree with you.
I'm not going to play the hate game with Kansas City. Kansas City is just a great team, and overall, recognize that they're just a better team in the league the way that they're formulated. But it's time to see Buffalo. I'd like to see Buffalo in a Super Bowl because I never got to see Buffalo in a lifetime. That was back in the 90s. I didn't watch football in that time. But
I've seen it, unfortunately.
So, by all means, and I think this is not because of the team itself. I think for the city, for all the Bills fans that have been in misery for a long time. Both organizations. I mean, if it goes the other way around, if it's the Chiefs and Eagles, okay, so be it. If the Eagles can do it, now they've got a running back. Because in that Super Bowl, it wasn't too far off. It was just a lot of mistakes that was happening, and Jalen Hurts just costed them that. I mean, just made a costly. I think it was a fumble, wasn't he? He got stripped, and then they took it to the house, and just they couldn't recuperate. So it's gonna be some fun games. Looking forward to it. And before we go, do not forget. Like I said, we're gonna do our giveaway, and then for the Super Bowl edition, we're gonna open it up to live. It's gonna be a live show, so be prepared. We're going to have people able to comment. We'll, answer questions, do the best of our abilities to get them all answered, and just show some love from there. So I'm excited for that. Any shout-outs before we leave?
Let's see. Shout out to everyone here, the crew. Shout out to everyone listening. Shout out to Mom and Dad, and shout out to Aunt Pat for hooking us up with all that nice cake. And shout out to you, Don. Your chili's off the hook, brother.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Hey, just get a shout out to be here with the fellas, all the cast and crew, who helped put this together. Hey, still repping my Raider Nation and my Kansas Jayhawks playing tonight. And just, I'm glad here to talk football and be able to watch some great games this weekend.
I'm looking forward to it as well. And let's have a great game. May the best winner win. And I know we're on our way to the Super Bowl. And so for the people that have asked, because I've had some of the fans ask over here, the listeners and the viewers, yes, we will cover the NCAA tournament. We're also going to cover a little bit opening of baseball. We're going to still do our hockey, and then on into the NBA finals. So we're going to have a quick break after the Super Bowl. We're going to kind of get some other shows going as well. And so, like I said, tune into it. Tune into our shows. We have Wichita Vice, if you're into the comic books. If you're into the movie reviews, we have Silver Cosmo movie reviews. We're bringing back the Cutting Crew as well. We're still trying to get that rodeo. If you're into rodeo, that is coming. We have the name figured, but that's gonna be kind of a surprise. We'll let you know on that. And for all you gamers, if you're a gamer, Brett, you a gamer?
Oh yeah.
Don, you a gamer?
It's been a while.
It's been a while, but hey, we're gonna try to get something going as well. Like I said, our show is just only the beginning, and just gonna get better. So until then, stay tuned and do not forget, always show love to us, like and subscribe. Till then, we're out.